Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Magic bets in the cut, got the game on lock. Flipping dimes, calling shots, every move non-stop. Silver fan, probably said playing odds like dice. In the trap, out betting lines, making racks feel nice. Pushing the line, we don't fold, don't shy. Cashing tickets, counting green to the sky. On the podcast, we ball, roll the spread. Money talk, never walk, bets ahead. Parlay slayer stacking chips like he's bricks. Magic's calling plays, mixing schemes so slick. Numbers on the board, all these digits don't lie. In this trap house, sports bets, we fly. Pushing the line, we don't fold, don't shy. Cashing tickets, counting green to the sky. On the podcast, we ball, roll the spread. Money talk, never walk, bets ahead. Got your bang world rising like that early morning sun. From parlays to straight plays, we stun. Twisting stats, breaking news, all for the game. In this world of ours, we reign. Line moving swift like the wave in the night. Heavy hitters in the game, got the insight. Magic with the tips, sit 1-5 with a hit. Potty tan worldwide, see us never miss.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Pushing the Line Sports with, of course, me, Magic Bets, and that guy over on the other side, that's 615 Parlay Slayer, aka Mike B. Bets.
What is
What's good,
going
Mike?
on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? Good to be here. Happy to be here. Good to be here. Ready to get the show started. I'm looking in the comments. It looked like our co-host is ready to get the show started.
Oh, hey, since our last show, man, our men's hockey team won the gold medal against Canada in hockey, so I'm dressing appropriately to celebrate that gold medal.
I don't know what to say about that. You look ridiculous, but now that I know why you got it on, I like it.
Hey, man, look, I'm at that age where I don't care about looking ridiculous. So,
Hey, looking ridiculous as long as it's comfortable. I don't care what it is.
man, I look at myself in the mirror before I go out. Sometimes I'm like, man, in my teens, I wouldn't have wore this out.
Yeah, no, hell no. It's been a crazy ass week, man. I've been. It's been a crazy ass week. Do you know what National Day is today? Since
I didn't.
you've been
I did
looking
not
at,
look. I didn't look.
so it's National Strawberry Day. I love strawberries. I might have to give me a strawberry shortcake. It's National Kahlua Day for people who like to drink. It's National Polar Bear Day. If
You can
that
keep
means
that.
something to anybody.
You can keep that.
Yeah. So them was three that I remember. Of course, before we get the show started, y'all know it's part three of our four-part series. We'll be doing numbers 49 to 26 today. Best to ever do a Jersey edition. Before we get started with our National Day. This will be our last show during Black History Month. So I told you every week, although I missed a week, I do remember I missed a week. Um, Wanted to touch on my Black History moment. And since it was appropriate, football coming up. We got the scouting combine, and me and Abe was talking about HBCUs before the show started. Uh, Matter of fact, tell them what you told me about HBCU on the scouting combine today.
Only one player from an HBCU was invited to the NFL scouting combine, and he is a white dude with red hair.
Yeah. So when somebody say that, I guess that's as colored as it can get. I guess.
It's ginger instead of ginger.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you can't
So
you can't say it with the hard R anymore.
no, man, that's crazy, bro. That's really crazy. But keeping in tune. with Black History, man. My Black History moment for the day, I decided to go with Doug Williams. We was on the topic of HBCU. On January 31st, 1988, Doug Williams became the first black quarterback to start, win, and earn MVP in a Super Bowl. He led the then named Washington Redskins to a 42-10 victory over the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 22, throwing for a record 4 touchdowns in one quarter. Uh, in total, he threw for 340 yards, 4 touchdowns, and Williams is also an alumnus of the illustrious Grambling State University. Doug Williams, 615 Parlay Slavs, Black History Moment of the Week.
Doug Williams also coached there for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He
Grambling.
did. After the one of the greatest coaches that never get talked about, Eddie Robinson.
Eddie Robinson. Yep.
So everybody,
Oh,
man, that whether they tuned in or not, they may watch it later. They've been asking me, man, who I got for such and such number, and I'm like, man, I can't tell you. You just gotta watch the show. So
to
we
be
gonna give him
fair,
one of those.
he will reach out to me during the week, and he'll say a particular number and ask me how I felt about it, but wouldn't ask me any names just to see if I felt like it was a difficult number or not. And some of these numbers, it's cut and dry who it is, and then the honorable mentions, it's the toughest part. But
Yeah,
there's a few numbers where it's just like, man, I could pick any one of these and not be wrong.
yeah. This is the first series I tried to do. Of course, whoever my main guy is, and then I do one or two honorable mentions. But some of these numbers, they got about 4, 5, 6 honorable mentions,
Yeah.
and I got a couple of surprises in here. I went left on you. I'm gonna see if anybody else catch it.
I got one or two that I went completely left on you, and you might you I got reasoning, and we'll get to it when it happens. But let's get this
Yeah,
started because the odd numbers are mine, and 49 is an odd number. Now, I could have easily said for 49, Hoyt Wilhelm, who is a Hall of Fame pitcher known as the Godfather of the Knuckleball. He wore 49 for nearly his entire career. But he's my runner-up. We're gonna stick with this Washington theme. You said Washington Redskins, right?
yeah,
You said Doug Williams was the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl, right?
yep.
Well, Washington had a Hall of Fame running back slash wide receiver who was the first African American player for Washington, and he finished his career with 14,078 all purpose yards. I am going with Bobby Mitchell.
Oh wow, that's my honorable mention. 5-time All Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, 1962 catches leader, 2-time receiving yard leader, 1964 receiving touchdown co-leader, Hall of Fame, helped revolutionize the dual threat running back wide receiver role, Bobby Mitchell. That's a good one. That was my second one. That
Does
was
that
my
mean your
honorable
main
mention.
one's from baseball?
Yep, they got mine. Mine was Ron Gudry from
Gidry? Yeah.
yeah, Mr. Louisiana Lightning is what they called him. 2-time World Series champion, 4-time All Star, 1978 AL Cy Young winner, 5-time Gold Glove winner, 2-time AL wins leader, 2-time AL ERA leader. That's too good. That's a good way for us to kick off the countdown. So
Yep.
that was a good one. If
Yep.
we ain't agreeing on, we ain't gonna agree, and I like it.
Ron Guidry was a good one though. Can't argue with that. You can throw a name like Tim Wakefield in there also, but his resume doesn't quite stack up to Ron Guidry or Holt Wilhelm. So
Right, absolutely. So we go on. We got number 48. This one was kind of easy. 5-time All Star, 9-time Gold Glove, 2-time Silver Slugger. I took Torrey Hunter. Is that what you took?
I took Torrey Hunter without an honorable mention, but I did have a player that is kind of on my favorites list that wore that number.
Who was it?
Daryl Moose Johnston.
My honorable mention is not even in neither of the four major sports.
I know who you talking about.
I went left, and
You went left.
I promised Abe that I was gonna say something
I
about him.
almost did the same thing with number 43, but I know exactly what you're doing. Hit it.
I took Jimmy Johnson from the auto racing.
Yes, sir.
7-time NASCAR Cup Series champ, 2-time Daytona winner, 4-time Brickyard 400 winner, 4-time Coca-Cola 600 winner, and a NASCAR Hall of Famer, Jimmy Johnson.
See, I'm kind of upset now
Why?
because I almost did exactly what you did, but I was like, man, nah, we said we were gonna do the four major sports, so I ain't even gonna try to get that on them. But I'm glad you did it.
I might have did it for 43.
Might have. Hey, I can't. Hey, I hope you did, and I can't even argue with that one,
Yeah.
man. Number 47. That one. That one was somewhat tough for me, but not tough for me because in football you had names like Joey Browner who played safety for the Vikings. You had Leroy Irvin, John Lynch. Um, you had Mel Blunt, and I could easily go with Mel Blunt and not feel bad about it. But there is a guy who played for the Atlanta Braves. He was an NL Cy Young winner in 91 and 98. He was a 10-time All-Star, 1995 World Series MVP, and has 305 career wins. Tom Glavine is who I had to go with on that, and it was tough between him and Mel Blunt. So Mel Blunt is my runner-up.
John Lynch was my runner up. I thought I had Mel Blunt for another number. I don't know. I had to go back and look. I remember us talking about Mel Blunt for some reason. I may have been wrong. May have been wrong. We didn't talk about so many damn Steelers. It don't make no damn difference. No way. All right. So we got I was gonna say number 6. We got number 46. 46 was fairly easy for me. I picked a 7-time All-Star, 4-time saves leader, and a Hall of Famer. I took pitcher Lee Smith. I don't even have an honorable mention. He just jumped off the page at me. So I'm showing him love. He's my individual one for number 46.
So you know what? He is my number one also. Um, I remember growing up watching baseball, and he was one of my favorite relief pitchers. He still wore the Jerry curl for a long time. He was intimidating on that mound. Andy Pettit was my runner up. He was a 5-time World Series champ.
Yeah. Todd Christensen, Abe, is a good one. I did look at him. I did look at Todd Christensen
Yep.
because he was a hell of a player.
He was. Ty Christensen was one of the best tight ends on Tecmo Bowl.
Yep.
Him, Bo Jackson, and Marcus Allen. If they had a quarterback, I would have used the Raiders all the time on that game.
I won the Super Bowl. Anyway, go ahead. Let's see what you got for number 45 because I got a good one for number
Be,
45.
before we go into 45, just wanted to mention that Chicago Bears had a player who was a safety named Doug Plank. The
Mhm.
4-6 defense is named after him because of the way he played the game.
40. I look. Well, go ahead. This is your number. I want to see where you went with it.
45, man, it was really a toss up for me on 45 between two people.
Okay.
It's baseball,
Both of them.
both of them. So one of them is a two-time NL MVP, two-time Cy Young, nine-time Gold Glove. One is a three-time Cy Young, eight-time All-Star, 2004 World Series champ. I wanted to go with Pedro Martinez. Respect his game. He's one of the greatest pitchers of all time, but I had to go with Bob Gibson.
Bob Gibson is absolutely correct. I took Pedro, but my honorable mention is very interesting. Do you have an honorable mention,
No, no.
Pedro?
Bob Gibson was my main. Pedro was my honorable mention
Okay.
because it was a toss up. It was one or the other.
I got you. So my honorable mention, Abe just mentions it was Kenny Easley, and I wanted to bring attention to him. He was a safety for the Seahawks. Made the Hall of Fame, didn't play that long. He was a 1984 Defensive Player of the Year, five-time All-Pro, five-time Pro Bowler, the 1984 interceptions leader. He only played 7 years. In 1988, he was diagnosed with idiopathic nephrotic syndrome. He used to take 15 to 20 Advil every day for 3 months while playing football to deal with an ankle injury, and it cost him his career. And he ended up suing, and they banned him and all this other stuff, and it shined a bad light on the NFL, but it cost him his career. So that's why you got a bunch of like doctors and things like that. Uh, this is where the analytics goes into play. But I thought this was very interesting because if he would have kept playing, he may have been one of the all-time greats at corner. In 7 years to make the Hall of Fame and do the things that he did, he had a hell of a career. So Kenny Easley was my honorable mention.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, here we go.
44 is the one that
Ooh,
I called him on. It was tough. 44 was tough. I'm gonna give you my honorable mention first. And these honorable mention stats is so crazy, bro. It's like, okay, first honorable mention was a five-time World Series champion, two-time World Series MVP, 1973 AL MVP, 14-time All-Star, two-time Silver Slugger, four-time AL home run leader, 1973 AL RBI leader, Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson. That's one. With that resume, he should be number one. He's my honorable mention.
if he
My
wore
second,
damn near any other number, he'd be number one.
he would definitely be number one. My other one, Mr. Logo, 1972 NBA champion, 69 finals MVP despite losing the series, a 14-time All Star, 1972 All Star MVP, 12-time All NBA, five-time All Defense, scoring champion, assist leader, Hall of Famer, won 8 championships as an executive. And the only reason why I didn't put him number one is because in the finals, him and his teams went 1-8. If he would have won half of those, that man would have 13 championships total. This is Jerry West. Also, I had Pistol Pete Mavericks, just had his name on there. But my number one overall, man, come on. 1957 World Series champ, 57 NL MVP, 25-time All Star. That's insane. Three-time Gold Glove, two-time National League batting champion, four-time National League home run leader, four-time National League RBI leader, Hall of Famer Hammering Hank Aaron is my number one.
Hammering, can't deny it.
Had, had to put him number one.
That's
Had
one.
to.
That's one of those where you got that definite number one, and then you got several people that's right below him that could be number one if it had any other number. As a
Yep.
matter of fact, some other names that you could throw on there would be William Covey, George Gervin, John Riggins.
The Iceman.
Now if we had a thrown college in here, Syracuse,
Syracuse. Yep.
Syracuse, they had Jim Brown, and they had the first African American to win the Heisman, Ernie Davis, who wore number 44.
And they only give that number to certain people. You have to earn that number at Syracuse. You can't just go in there and get it. They have to actually give it to you. So that was a good point.
And if you want to go into F1, we could say Lewis Hamilton.
There you go. You went live like I did.
Now, this number right here, I don't even have an honorable mention in here. I forgot some of the numbers that was up there when I was going through the research, but I only put one player. Um, hey, you want to help me out with this? See, he is widely
What?
considered one of the greatest safeties in NFL history, Troy Polamalu.
Hell no.
I could have went left. I could have went with Richard Petty in the NASCAR, which yeah, that's above Troy Polamalu, but I didn't necessarily go left.
Read off Troy Polamalu's stats. I might be tripping here.
Two-time Super Bowl champ, 2010 NFL Player of the Year, and first ballot Hall of Fame inductee.
I took World Series champion, six-time All-Star, 1992 AL MVP, Cy Young winner, 88 ALCS MVP, two-time saves leader, pitched a no-hitter in 77, and made the Hall of Fame. I took Dennis Eckersley.
I didn't take Dennis Eckersley because he didn't wear that number his entire career.
Okay, fair. I do have an honorable mention. He probably should have been number one, too. The King, seven-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, who I told you I went left a couple of times. Won the 500 7 times. All-time wins leader in NASCAR history. All-time poles leader and Hall of Fame Richard Petty. So I did put him down there for 43.
I would have. I don't blame you at all.
This
Man,
next
why
number,
you why you getting
what?
all the good shit though?
Oh, you got one coming. Matter of fact, you got a couple coming.
Why you getting all the good shit? I love this number too.
So who'd you get for 42, Abe? Let me know. Put it in the comments. So I'm gonna give you the people who I didn't even put stats down for to show you how good this number is. And if I ain't mistaken, they all Hall of Famers. Patrick Willis, Dave Casper, Charlie Joyner, Glenn Anderson, Connie Hawkins. Those are the people who I didn't put stats for. Honorable mention, I put a three-time champion, 1988 Finals MVP, seven-time All-Star, two-time All-NBA Hall of Famer, Big Game James Worthy. My other honorable mention, five-time World Series champ, 99 World Series MVP, 13-time All-Star, 2003 ALCS MVP, three-time saves leader, Major League Baseball record, 652 saves, and he's a Hall of Famer, Mariano Rivera. My last but not least honorable mention, four-time Super Bowl champion, eight-time All-Pro, 10-time Pro Bowler, two-time interceptions leader, one-time tackle leader, Hall of Famer. He cut off half his finger just to return to a game. Laid out a lot of people in his lifetime. Talking about cornerback safety for the 49ers and the Jets. I believe he play for the Raiders as well?
He did play for the Raiders as well.
Ronnie Lott.
He's
All
the reason
those,
he's the reason they have some of these rules in effect that save some of these people.
yeah, absolutely, because he used to try to kill people. Number one, when it comes to this number, you know who the person is, man. It's Jackie Robinson. Uh, man, one of the most important figures in all of sports. He broke the Major League Baseball color barrier. One-time Negro League All-Star, six-time MLB All-Star, 1955 World Series champ, 1949 NL MVP, 1947 Rookie of the Year, one-time batting champ, two-time stolen base leader, Hall of Famer. Number is retired by all Major League Baseball teams. Jackie Robinson.
Mariano Rivera was the last active player who had that number before it was retired,
Yep.
and he was allowed to continue to wear it after it was retired. Um, you could throw names like Paul Warfield and Sid Luckman on there. Uh,
Yeah. 42
Nate,
was a loaded number.
Nate Thurman. It was definitely loaded. All
I want to
right,
see where you went with this one.
man. Number 41. was a tough one. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Dirk Nowitzki and what he did for the Dallas Mavericks. I really did like it. He was a 2011 NBA champion, 2007 MVP, 14-time All-Star, six all-time in scoring. He wasn't even my honorable mention. I also could have said a 512 career home run hitter, two-time World Series champion, 12-time All-Star Eddie Matthews, but I didn't. I couldn't even say Wes Unseld. But I went with three-time Cy Young Award winner, 311 wins, 3,640 strikeouts, and 1969 World Series champion Tom Seaver.
That's my honorable mention.
Did you go with Dirk?
I went with Dirk.
I wanted to go with Dirk, but I thought the accolades for Tom Seaver was just a little bit better.
I went Dirk.
I, there's nothing wrong with that. Um, he single-handedly won that championship for them against a stacked team.
If you go back and look at the championship run they went on, they took out a lot of good teams.
They did.
Took
I'm
out a
not.
lot of good teams.
I'm not even arguing with you about whether he should be or shouldn't be, but you made your decision, and I can respect it with the
I
utmost
ain't got no
respect.
problem with Tom Seaver. I had one honorable mention, and Tom Seaver was my honorable mention. So I ain't got no problem with Tom Seaver now. I ain't got no problem with it at all.
I mean, you
He
could
probably
could have went Wes Unseld too, because he was a bad
for the
man.
Bullets, absolutely. Yes, sir. All right. Number 40. Let
Mm,
me give you my honorable mention, man.
mm.
The Rain Man, 6-time All Star, 3-time All NBA, of course, Sean Kemp. I'm gonna give you a surprise honorable mention too. Mike Haynes, Patriots corner, and he played for the Raiders. For the Raiders, excuse me.
Raiders. I remember him.
He wore 22 with the Raiders though. Super Bowl 18 champion, 1976 Defensive Rookie of the Year, 8-time All Pro, 9-time Pro Bowl, Hall of Fame, one of the best man coverage corners to ever play this game. Used to shut down the field when he was with the Raiders. But my number one is the Kansas Comet, 1965 Offensive Rookie of the Year, 5-time All Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time rushing leader, 1965 scoring leader, Hall of Famer. If he didn't tear his ACL, the people that grew up in this generation say he would have been the greatest running back ever. Gail says.
Going back and looking at his film, I absolutely agree.
He looked like he was in fast forward while everybody else was just in regular play. It was crazy. I believe it too.
Yeah,
I really believe it too.
and he's also the youngest to be inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame.
Yep. He was a
There's
bad boy. He
there's a
could have
movie
played today.
there's a movie out about him. And it's been a long time since I've seen it, but if you haven't seen it, it's worth going to look at. I forgot the name of it, but you can find it. All you gotta do is Google Gale Sayers. Um, that's where I was with it, but you had players like Bill Laimbeer on there also. Um, Gale Sayers was my number one. I would also like to say Pat Tillman's name, who gave up the fame and fortune of the NFL after the 9/11 attacks to enlist in the Army. He
Yep.
died in the line of duty. Um, what he did was honorable because a lot of people would have won with the money.
Absolutely. All right. Let's see. I think we're gonna have another disagreement.
We are. I really don't think that you went the same direction I went on this one.
Well, we damn it, we finna see. And I damn sure didn't go the same way Abe did.
I could have said Steven Jackson for the Rams. I didn't. I could have said Roy Campanelli, who was a three-time NL MVP and eight-time All-Star. I didn't. I could have said two-time Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl. Don't remember that number. MVP Larry Zonka. I could have said
Super
Zonka's my
Bowl
runner.
eight.
Zonka's my runner up. He had a hell of a backfield to play with, and he still has some accolades. I'm going NHL with this one. Do you know who I'm going with?
Yeah, I know who you going with. You done lost your damn mind too.
Six-time Vezina Trophy winner, two-time Hart Trophy winner, two-time Stanley Cup champion, considered one of the greatest goaltenders ever, Dominic Hasek.
Is my honorable mention. Roy Campanella is my number one. This man hack done
Can't
went left.
you can't go? I mean, you can't go wrong right there. It's one of those where you can't go
1955
wrong.
World Series champ, three-time MVP, Negro League All-Star, eight-time MLB All-Star, 1953 National League RBI leader, Hall of Famer Roy Campanella.
I can't argue with
Now,
it. I can't
I
argue
did
with
have Dominique Hasek. It was, I don't want to be 6'7", but you
it.
know.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I also had Larry Zonk. I had Larry Zonk on there too, but he wasn't in the running for neither one of them top two. But Larry Zonk, man, he was tough on the
Yeah,
Dolphins.
and
He was definitely tough.
they had Mercury Morris in that backfield, and who they had Paul Warfield. Was it Paul
Yep.
Warfield? Yeah,
Still the last team to go, the last and only team to go all the way through undefeated.
man, I love their tradition with that team where every year they wait till the last undefeated team gets beat,
Mm-hmm.
then they pop a bottle of champagne.
Yep. They almost lost that undefeated season because of your premium, the kicker. I don't know if y'all ever seen that Super Bowl where he botched the kick, and I don't know what he was doing, but he volleyball hit the football in the air, and the dude from Washington returned it back. And Zonka always says if they would have lost it, they would have killed him. So luckily, they won the game. But that's just a small story. Larry's uncle he was a hell of a player though, Hall of Famer. That was one of the best teams ever. So it's on me, number 38. Do you have an honorable mention for 38? I only got one person for 38.
I got one person for 38, but there's a few. Well, I wouldn't say a few. A couple of names that could have been good, wasn't good.
I got Mr. Kurt Schilling,
Hmm.
Mr. Bloody Sock,
Yep.
three-time World Series champ, two-time 2001 World Series MVP, 1993 NLCS MVP, six-time All-Star, two-time wins leader, two-time National League strikeout leader. Kurt Bloody Sock Schilling.
That is who I had with no real honorable mention. But I mean, there's names on there like Mike Vernon from the NHL. He was a two-time Stanley Cup champ. George Rogers, who was a Rookie of the Year running back, could have been great, but injuries cut his career short. Um, like Abe said, Pavel Dmitry. Could have mentioned that one. So
We about to disagree again.
we about to disagree. I don't know. We may or may not.
I know I highly doubt you got my number one.
You highly doubt.
Hey, definitely don't have my number one.
No, 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 no. No, 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 nope. Hey, sorry, sorry. You know, if we were talking about college football, I would probably say Doak Walker because the
Joe
Doak
Walker.
Walker Award was named after him, but that was college
Hmm.
football. Um, I like to mention Sean Alexander as a running back. He had a great career. My runner-up was Lester Hayes,
Oh
nick,
my lord.
nicknamed the Judge, five-time Pro Bowler, two-time Super Bowl champion with the Raiders, and he famously recorded 13 interceptions in the 1980 season.
So let me tell you something about Lester Hayes. Short story. The one thing Lester Hayes is known for, it wasn't necessarily him, but he's known for it. Stick 'em. Once they banned Stickum, this man interception totals went straight down the drain, straight down the drain. But that year that Oakland won the Super Bowl, they had one of the best secondaries ever put together. They had Lester Hayes and they had Michael Haynes on the other side. And if you remember, they had a safety that paralyzed, I think his name was Morgan from Jack Tatum. They was fierce and they was knocking people's heads off. But yes, Lester Hayes was my number one.
Stickum was the reason he was my honorable mention.
Okay. Fair. Fair.
But the San Francisco 49ers had a bad man at quarterback from at cornerback from 1961 to 1976. He was a four-time first-team All-Pro and a member of the NFL 1970s All-Decade Team. His number 37 is retired by the 49ers. Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson. Was that your only honorable mention?
No, Jimmy Johnson was my guy. Lester Hayes was my honorable mention.
Yeah. Do you have anybody else?
I mean, I just brought up Sean Alexander and could have brought up Rodney Harrison, but I don't think they were right there with Jimmy and Lester.
My honorable mention was Patrice Bergeron, a forward for the Bruins,
Oh,
2011 Stanley Cup champ, six-time best defensive forward winner, six-time All-Star.
I do have his name on here.
Yeah, that was my guy.
I had Olaf Kolzig on there too. I did have Dave Steeb and Keith Hernandez on there too. I just overlooked it.
So my honorable mention, we move on to number 36. My honorable mention is Gaylord Perry, five-time All-Star, two-time Cy Young winner, three-time wins leader, Hall of Famer. Yes, Abe. It's another Steeler, man. Actually, you know what? The
It's another
former
Ram. It's Ram.
the former Rams running back, the bus. Super Bowl 40 champ, 1993 Offensive Rookie of the Year, three-time All-Pro, six-time Pro Bowler, Hall of Famer, the bus, Jerome Bettis. That is my number one for number 36.
The wheels on the bus go round and round. And you
We
know
about to
what?
get into it now.
You have absolutely no argument with me on that one.
We about to get into it. Well, not
Um,
well. I
you
don't
know
know.
what?
Let's see where you go.
Um, Shaq actually wore 36 with the Celtics.
He did. And when we was on number 45, some people said Jordan, but Jordan wore 45 for like 10 games.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah. That was a jersey sales thing because
Yeah.
everybody already had a Jordan jersey. They wanted to sell their 45.
Let's see
Oh
where
man,
you went on this one.
35 was a tough one in my eyes. It was a tough one because what? What?
No,
You
go ahead.
no, you had something to say. I heard you mumbling something under your breath. What was it?
Yeah, I said we finna argue.
We're gonna argue.
Mm.
Uh, you could have easily brought up names like Mike Mussina, Phil Necro, Frank Thomas in baseball. But when it came down to it, my number one guy was Ricky Henderson.
I knew
I
it, Abe.
really, I really, I really. Okay, first of all, um, Henderson did wear it most of his career. He had 1,406 stolen bases, 2,295. Um, he did that in that number for only 8 years though. So therefore, he is my runner up. And this will probably be the first time that I am giving the best to ever wear it to a current player.
Well, wait a minute, because you still might be wrong. Who is?
Kevin Durant, man. Kevin
Oh,
Durant.
okay. Okay.
Hey, well, I was
Hold on.
I was trying to lead you up to make you think that I was gonna take Ricky Henderson as my number one.
I damn sure thought you did. I feel say, man, we just gonna continue this shit tomorrow. This is insane.
Hey, if Ricky Henderson had award 35 his whole career, I would have gave it to him. But
Which is fair. I got Frank Thomas as my honorable mention, the big hurt. I had a pair of Frank Thomas shoes when they came out. Frank Thomas was one of my favorite players.
yep.
I wasn't being biased either. Like I two-time MVP, five-time All-Star, four-time Silver Slugger, one-time AL batting champ, Hall of Famer. Like Frank Thomas was the guy on the White Sox. But I mean, that White Sox team, they never went far in the playoffs. They never did too much. So, but Frank was that guy, man. Frank was that guy.
So those White Sox teams that he was on, if I had to compare them to another team in another sport, it would probably be the current Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
And he was
Which you do.
he was the Miles Garrett.
Yep, you're absolutely right. He kept them relevant, at
Yeah.
least. He kept them relevant.
They had him and Robin Ventura at the same time. They should have did more than they did.
All
I
right,
like I
man.
like to also bring up number 35. Could have been a great number one if Reggie Lewis' life hadn't been cut short. He was a hell of a basketball player for the Boston Celtics.
It was. He was supposed to take over when Bird and McHale phasing out. You're absolutely right.
Daryl Griffith also won that. Dr. Duncanstein.
Yep.
Now here we go. Why you get all the good numbers?
You got your next number ain't too shabby there, sir. I, I, Abe, you know what? Abe is really right. No one man deserves the top spot. Uh, Honorable mentions that I didn't even put their stats down. Giannis, Thurman Thomas, David Ortiz, Nolan Ryan, Paul Pierce, just to name a few. Um, the three honorable mentions that I went with, I took Charles Barkley, 1993 MVP, 11-time All-Star, 1991 All-Star MVP, 11-time All-NBA, rebounding leader, Hall of Famer. Still important to the game today on the inside the NBA. I took Chuck as one. Uh, my second honorable mention was Sweetness, Walter Payton. The older heads may kill me for that because they don't play about Walter Payton. Super Bowl 20 champ, 1977 MVP, 77 Offensive Player of the Year, 8-time All Pro, 9-time Pro Bowler, 1977 rushing leader, 77 touchdown leader. He had a hell of a year in 77. Hall of Famer, uh, member of the 85 Bears, the Super Bowl shuffle team that destroyed the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Um, my number one honorable mention, and it was tough. I took Shaq. I tell you why. Shaq, four-time champ, three-time Finals MVP, 2000 MVP, 15-time All-Star, three-time All-Star MVP, 14-time All-NBA, three-time All-Defense, 1993 Rookie of the Year, two-time scoring champ, Hall of Fame. The reason Shaq is number two and not number one.
Time out, time out, time out, time out, time out. Before you
Go ahead.
go that far, I think we might be getting ready to agree on something because there's a name I have not heard.
We
And
might.
after you say your piece, I'll give you my reason. You just go right on ahead, sir.
So Shaq played for 16 years. He had his best years as number 34 with LA. From 96 to 2000, 2003, 2004, him and Kobe, he was dominant. He was the best player in the game, the most dominant player in the game. Those first years, he wore 32. He was in Orlando. Of course, after he left, he went to Miami. He went back to 32. That's why he got number two. If he'd have played his whole career in 34, he probably would have easily been number one. But this player that's number one, he beat Shaq in the NBA Finals. So I gave him the nod, and he wore 34 his whole career. The Dream, Hakeem Olajuwon, two-time champ, two-time Finals MVP, 1994 MVP, 12-time All-Star, 12-time All-NBA, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, nine-time All-Defense, two-time rebounding leader, three-time block leader, Hall of Famer, member of the Clutch City Rockets,
Five Slammer Jammer.
Five Slammer Jammer with Clyde Drexler in Houston. I took Hakeem. Hakeem the Dream.
You know what? I didn't think you were going to go that direction. I really thought that you were going to end up saying Shaq. And I took Hakeem for the exact reason you did. He did it for his whole career in that number. He beat Shaq in the playoffs. Shaq only wore his number part of his career. And
Yep.
Walter Payton was a tough one for me because Walter Payton is the reason that I started playing football in the first place. I've said it before, that '85 Bears team with the Super Bowl shuffle and just the way that Walter Payton played the game. 34 was the first football number I ever requested when we were getting issued numbers, but somebody already had it, so I ended up
Yep.
with number 47. But
Mo Jackson also wore 34 too. It was a list of people, bro.
Bo
Like I
Jackson,
couldn't.
he's
It
actually
was a
my
list.
favorite player that has ever worn that number.
Yeah, it was so many people that wore 34, man. It's the way Giannis is going. If Giannis wins another MVP and maybe a couple of more titles, you gotta put him ahead of Charles Barkley. I mean, he may already be ahead of Charles Barkley.
And
He
and
has
that
that championship. So
there was an argument for Nolan Ryan, but Nolan Ryan only wore that number for 15 years of his career.
yeah. And Nolan Ryan had damn near 30, 30-year career. So absolutely, man. That was a tough one. This one right here wasn't no better.
Man, tell me about it. I can't say that I lost sleep on the number one, but I honestly lost a little bit of sleep on number, not even on number two. It's just the other honorable mentions I lost a little sleep on. Because when it comes down to it, for honorable mentions, you could have said Sammy Ball, Patrick Waugh, Tony Dorsett, Alonzo Mourning, Patrick Ewing, Scottie Pippen. But my runner up, if we were in the hood, I'd pick this white boy to be on my team if we playing pickup. Cause he gonna get out there, he gonna talk trash to you, he gonna cross you up, and he gonna pull from deep and knock it down in your face and talk shit all the way down court. Larry Legend, who had 3 consecutive MVPs from 1984 to '96, Mr. Larry Bird.
My honorable mention.
Now, for my number one, man, it would be hard for me to pick anybody else number one. He used to go by the name of Lou Alcindor. He changed his name. He had a 20-year NBA career with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Los Angeles Lakers. He is the only six-time NBA MVP, won 6 championships, Mr. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Hey man, you know they say give people their flowers while they're still alive. The other night they had a ceremony at the Lakers game, and I happened to just be tuning in at the same time.
Hmm.
Man, I hope he sticks around. I saw him struggling to stand up, so they had to bring a chair out for him to sit during that ceremony, man. But
I don't know if y'all can see this, but I sold pretty much my whole basketball collection, and this is one card that I kept.
you
It
better
is
hold
a
on to it.
on card autograph, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from 2001, and it's in mint condition. Almost a perfect 10. It's a 9 graded, and I keep it. This is my prized possession.
To have a
One of my
card that old that grades at a 9, that is really good.
Yeah, I keep it near me. More than a player, he was an advocate off the court. I'm sure y'all have seen the picture with him, Muhammad Ali. Is it him, Muhammad Ali, and Jim Brown? I believe.
Yep.
Um, just that guy.
So,
Big.
his ring collection and a lot of his memorabilia that
Hmm.
he auctioned off pretty much everything that he had to donate to charities.
Yep. Just a charitable guy. Always been quiet. Never really, he probably if I seen him play, I went back and of course YouTube is my best friend. I go back, I watch 80s and 70s games, and the dude was unstoppable, man.
The
The
sky
dude was
hook.
just unstoppable with one shot.
The sky hook.
All right, we move on. Man,
Another one. Another one.
another one, man. Another one. My honorable mentions that I didn't write stats for. O.J. Simpson, as crazy as that is, the
Or
juice.
Orenthal.
Orenthal James Simpson. I didn't write his accomplishments down. Franco Harris. I got to him in there for you, A. Marcus Allen. The great Sandy Koufax. Just, I couldn't put him in my honorable mention. My two honorable mentions, one is a two-time MVP, 14-time All-Star. Two-time All-Star MVP, 14-time All-NBA, four-time All-Defense Hall of Famer. He is not one of my favorite people, honestly, but that does not take away what he did on the basketball court. The mailman Karl Malone uh, deserves that honorable mention. He was a hell of a player, as much as I hated Utah. The top two, man, it was really tough because in the same regard, I like Kareem. My honorable mention was an NFL champ, three-time MVP, 1957 Rookie of the Year, nine-time All-Pro, nine-time Pro Bowler, eight-time rushing yards leader, five-time rushing touchdown leader, Hall of Famer. Depending on who you ask, he was the greatest running back ever, Jim Brown. Off the field, leader, advocate. It was hard not to put him number one. Wasn't being biased, but number one, it's my favorite player ever. Him and Kobe are my two favorite basketball players ever. Magic Johnson, five-time champ, three-time Finals MVP, three-time MVP, 12-time All-Star, two-time All-Star MVP, 10-time All-NBA, four-time assist leader, two-time steals leader, Hall of Famer. Came out in 1992. He was an advocate for HIV. Me personally, I don't even think he got it no more.
I don't think he had it.
I don't think he
I
had it. I
I I,
really don't.
I think he did something off court, and then they said, "Hey, look, we're gonna say you got this. You be an advocate for it, and then we'll bring you back."
Yeah, because he damn sure healthy. He's a
As hell.
billionaire now.
Um,
You see him
he,
all the time. Has one of the greatest NBA moments ever when he came back and played that '92 All Star game and he hit that fall away rainbow 3-pointer, and that was just one of the great. Dick Bird calling it. It was one of the greatest moments in basketball history. Um, Magic Johnson, my
I
guy.
don't have the number in front of me, but how many championships does he have not as a player, as an executive and owner? Because he's part of the Dodgers ownership group. Um, he owns the line of theaters.
Yep.
Um, man, it's a couple of other championships he's got in there somewhere.
Uh, Baseball, basketball. He's now a part of the Commanders. It's another team.
I think
Is it
WNBA.
hockey?
Is it the LA King? No, I want to say WNBA, but it's something.
It may
And
be, but he has more championships than just the five that he won as a player and the ones with the Dodgers.
yeah,
I want to say it may be the Kings because when they won a championship,
okay.
one of these recent hockey teams won a Stanley Cup, and he got a ring for that. So
So, and with the number 32, it's crazy that because of the same reason he wasn't on the main list for 34 was Shaquille O'Neal. You had Kevin McHale,
Yep.
Julius Erving, Bill Walton. You mentioned the football ones I had, and then Steve Carlton in baseball. I had him down there too. And 32 was a hell of a number.
32 was a hell of a number. Yes, Julius Irvin did wear number 6 for the Sixers, but before he got to the Sixers, he wore 32 with the Nets and the Virginia Squires, I believe.
Yep.
I know a little
Ooh,
bit. We ain't pushing the line. We got a little intelligence over here. I know a little bit.
a little bit of something, something. Number 31.
We about to argue.
Man,
I know. If I ain't sure about no number, it ain't no way in hell we agreed on this. Ain't no way.
okay. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start with my two honorable mentions.
I already know.
I'm start my two honorable mentions. Um, so one of my honorable mentions it comes from the world of basketball. If he had won a championship, I would have probably thrown him right on up there. But he had an 18-year career with the Indiana Pacers. He's the lead. He was. He retired. He retired as the all-time leader in 3 points made, but he's been surpassed since. Five-time
Hmm.
All-Star, famous for doing the little choke move because New York was choking. Wasn't it New York that was choking?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, him and Spike Lee used to go at it. Reggie Miller was a bad man
Dog.
and was the second best basketball player in his family.
That's even crazy.
um, man, first was tough for me. So I'm gonna go ahead with this other honorable mention, and in the honor of Black History Month, Grant Fuhrer, who was the backbone of the Edmonton Oilers 1980s dynasty, won 5 Stanley Cups and was the first black player inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. He's my number one. My number two actually came from baseball. Um, that was Greg
First,
Maddux.
first of all, I'm ashamed of you, Abe, for not saying Donnie Shell as your number 31, at least honorable mention. So my honorable mentions was Reggie Miller, Carey Price, Donnie Shell, Mike Piazza, and Priest Holmes. My number one honorable mention, Greg Maddux. You said that World Series champ. Man won 18 Gold Gloves. Shit is that's crazy. My number one Super Bowl champ, 4-time champion before it was the Super Bowl. 1962 MVP, 6-time All Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, rushing yard leader 1 time, 2-time rushing touchdown leader, Hall of Famer Jim Taylor.
Can't argue it.
Let me sit up for this. I need to be close because if you didn't put this man as your number one for number 30,
All right, I'm gonna sit up with you.
all right, we on
Woo!
number 30. So one of my honorable mentions is a 3-time Stanley Cup champ, 4-time Vezina winner, Best Goalie Award, 10-time All-Star, 1994 Rookie of the Year Hall of Famer, Martin Brodeur.
Okay.
Number one honorable mention, 2-time Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl 32 MVP, 1998 MVP, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, 3-time All-Pro, 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time rushing yards leader, 2-time rushing touchdown leader, Hall of Famer, Terrell Davis.
Okay.
Abe, you just made me mad. Have I said your number one yet? Oh, okay. I'm just making sure.
I don't want to spoil it, so I can't even say no hints.
4-time NBA champion, 2022 Finals MVP, 2-time MVP, 12-time All Star, 2-time All Star MVP, 11-time All NBA, 2-time 3-point contest winner, 2-time scoring champion, steals leader. You can put him in the Hall of Fame today. He's the greatest shooter ever, Steph Curry.
He has
A,
changed the game.
he has changed the game. And the more I watch this man, the more he goes up my list of greatest players of all time.
So on this show, he is the second player that I had as my number one for a number that is still active.
Yep. I
You got
want
to
to
be
see
a
where
bad
he went
man.
with this number.
You got to be a bad man to still be active and be on this list.
At that number with Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Good
Um.
Hall of Famers.
Yeah. Nolan Ryan wore that number for part of his career. And is retired by the Angels. Lionel Messi, he wore 30 during his professional debut for Barcelona and throughout his tenure at PSG. Uh, Heinrich Lundqvist. I mean, shit.
Gonna take Abe out this damn comment section.
Hey man,
Stephen who? Man, go ahead with number 29, man. Number 29, you know what? 29 was actually
it was tough.
it was a little tough
It was tough.
between two people though.
I don't think we're gonna agree on this one.
Probably not. It was tough though. It my honorable mention probably you could talk me into him being number one. But go ahead.
I mean, I had mm, okay. I'm gonna mention one. I'm gonna mention one of my honorable mentions, and he might even be your number one. Satchel Paige. He was a
Mm-mm.
legendary pitcher who wore 29 during his stint with the Cleveland Indians and St. Louis Brown. He was the first former Negro League player to pitch in a World Series in 1948 and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1971.
It's honorable mention.
He was my honorable mention. He was one of them. My other honorable mention is widely considered the greatest to wear it in football. He still holds the NFL single season rushing record of 2,105 yards in a season in 1984. Saquon Barkley could have passed that if he wanted to, but he did not. But when you look at what this next guy did without the fanfare behind his name, it's not one of those names that when you hear it, you really think about it. But if you go back and look at the body of work, he is one of baseball's greatest career hitters, contact hitters anyway. He won 7 American League batting titles. He was an 18-time consecutive All Star. He amassed over 3,000 hits, averaged 328 lifetime. He played for the Minnesota Twins and the Los Angeles Angels at first and second base. Rod Carew. That was my number one
Over Eric Dickerson.
over Eric Dixon. Over Eric Dixon.
Over
Yep.
over a 6-time Stanley Cup champion, a Conn Smythe winner, a 5-time Best Goalie Award winner,
Talking about Ken Dryden?
1970. Yes.
Yes. Call the police. Call the popo. Call the popo.
Get this man.
This is one of those times I had to go away from the team accomplishments, and I could honestly agree with you on Ken Dryden, but
Hmm.
as an individual on this one, I went with Rod Carew. He doesn't have the team accolades.
Yeah, Eric Dickerson don't either though.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
I ain't tripping. Hey, I'm glad we don't agree.
Hey,
It
I mean,
make better content.
Adrian Beltre, John Smoke,
He he's my honor. Adrian Beltre was one of my honorable mentions.
Paul Silas, Purvis Ellison.
Dennis Johnson.
Ken Houston, Hanford Dixon. I mean, there's some good names on that list.
I have a Ken Houston autographed football card. I still got it.
You know, Christmas right around the corner.
Huh?
Christmas right around the corner.
Hey, if it's worth something, just saying.
Ooh.
Man, we almost done. We got three numbers left. I'm gonna tell y'all though, man. Out of all of them, I think sometimes it's harder to pick between two than it is one. Number 28 really, really racked my brain. Like it really, really, really racked my brain because it's like 1A and 1A. It's not even a B. And my honorable mention guy, my other honorable mention guy, Daryl Green, he was a hell of a player too. Two-time Super Bowl champ, four-time All-Pro, seven-time Pro Bowler, Hall of Famer. So you had to choose between Marshall Faulk and Adrian Peterson. My honorable mention was Adrian Peterson. That was tough. Adrian Peterson, one of my favorite running backs. He was MVP. He was Offensive Player of the Year, 2007 Rookie of the Year, seven-time All-Pro, seven-time Pro Bowler, three-time rushing yards leader, two-time rushing touchdown leader. Still has the NFL record for the most rushing yards in the game with 296. Um, I went Marshall Faulk, Super Bowl champ, 2000 MVP, three-time Offensive Player of the Year, I believe. 1994 Rookie of the Year, six-time All-Pro, seven-time Pro Bowler, rushing touchdown leader, two-time scoring leader, Hall of Fame. I'm gonna tell you what made me put Marshall Faulk over Adrian Peterson. Marshall Faulk was a better all-around player because he was a hell of a receiver as well as a hell of a running back.
Greatest show on turf.
Yes, and he was an integral part. It was Super Bowl is a team award, but they don't win that Super Bowl without Marshall Faulk. They had a hell of a team, but Marshall Faulk was the integral part of that Super Bowl championship team. So that's why I took Marshall Faulk over Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. I mean, in hockey, you had names like Claude Giroux, Steve Larmer. Baseball, you had Bert Blyleven. I mean, there was a few names on there that were good, but when it came to those top two, there's
Yeah,
no denying that either one of those guys could have been number one on somebody's list. But I'm the same as you in that order as far as Marshall Faulk being number one.
Marshall Faulk he was a player. 27. Let me see. I want to see where you went with 27 because that was a tough one for me too.
It was. It was. Um, 27 had some names on it too. Did I even pick one? I did pick one. Um, remember we mentioned Carlton Fisk's name? He
Yep.
wore 27, but he also wore 72 in his career. So he's a name you could have mentioned, but he didn't do it his entire career. Vladimir Guerrero, he wore it very well. Eddie George, bad man in the backfield, he wore the number. It was tough on this one, whether it was individual accomplishments um, or talent. I mean, I could have easily said with talent, three times AL MVP, 11-time All Star, Mike Trout. He's the best to wear that number in baseball in this era. But I end up going with the guy who had 243 career wins, 10-time All Star, Hall of Fame pitcher Juan Marshall.
Mm, 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 mm. I went with Mike Trout.
It was tough. It was tough. I could see why you would go with Mike Trout. And if it hadn't been for the injuries in his career, he would definitely be my number one because his accolades would have been off the charts.
Yeah, I went with Mike Trout. My honorable mention, Steve Atwater.
Woo! him and Dennis Smith back there in that safety, playing safety.
Yeah.
You didn't want to
Four
catch nothing
four-time All Pro, two-time Super Bowl champ, eight-time Pro Bowler, Hall of Fame. Took Steve Atwater. You said Vlad Guerrero. I had to show my Cardinals some love. Scott Rowland. Juan Marichal is on there. Carlton Fisk, Rudy Gobert. I don't know why the hell I put Rudy Gobert on there.
because he's a
Uh,
four-time defensive player of the year.
that's the only reason why I put him on there. Then Eddie George, of course. I also wanted to give a shout out to Daryl Sittler. A lot of people don't know who he is. He's a NHL hockey player. He still holds the record for the most points in a game. He had 10 points in the game, had 6 goals and 4 assists. So I put him on there. So 27 was a good one.
Uh,
27 was a pretty good one.
a name I didn't hear that I'd like to just throw out there. In the NBA, he's a Hall of Famer, six-time All-Star, and the first to average 30-plus points per game in a season with Wilt Chamberlain, Jack Twyman.
Jack Twyman. That's old school right there.
Yeah,
Scott Niedermeyer was on my honorable mention too. Hey, you right about that. Scott Niedermeyer.
Crime
He
Dog
did.
Ward.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
absolutely right. Come on, Abe. I'm on number 26. It's our last number. Go and write it in the
Ooh,
comments.
Lord have mercy.
Don't put it in the comments, man. I already know. While he typing it, I'm gonna give you my honorable mention. I got a 1996 World Series champ. Yep, I had a 1996 World Series champ, 12-time All-Star, two-time Gold Glove winner, eight-time Silver Slugger, five-time AL batting champion, Hall of Fame Wade Boggs. Abe, I am so disappointed in you, and I'm finna tell you why. My other honorable mention, three-time Super Bowl champ, five-time uh, champion before it was Super Bowl, seven-time All-Pro, five-time Pro Bowler, Hall of Fame, Herb Adderley. Hey, how in the hell did you, of all people, not say Rod Woodson, sir? Rod Woodson is my number one. Super Bowl 35 champ, 1993 Defensive Player of the Year, nine-time All-Pro, 11-time Pro Bowl, two-time interceptions leader, Hall of Famer, Rod Woodson of the Steelers. Abraham. I can't believe it. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed.
Rod Wilson was my runner-up.
All right. Who'd you had Wade Boggs?
Wade Boggs was my number one, but
I don't blame I
I,
don't blame you at all.
that's one of those.
All three of
Um,
them could have been number one for me.
you didn't even say honorable mention for Saquon Barkley. His career is not done.
He didn't measure up to these three.
He didn't, but his career is not done.
Yeah, it's not done. It ain't done.
Um, in hockey, you had Peter Stastny. He's a Hall of Famer with over 1,200 career points. He played for the Devils and the Nordiques. I forgot all about the Nordiques.
Where are they from?
I forgot, but I remember the name Nordiques.
Nordiques. I remember that name. That's the list, man. Part three. I already know. I've looked at
We
a
about to
few
get
from the next
nitty
show.
gritty, man.
My head gonna be smoking on this next episode, man. It's 25-0. We found some of the greatest players ever from 25-0, man. It's gonna be absolutely insane. I hope we don't agree on a damn one of them. I really
Hey,
do.
I'm really looking forward to it, and I refuse to do any research on those numbers until after this show because I know it's going to be stressful. I might start smoking cigarettes after this.
Yeah,
Might be on them cool filter kings next week.
I haven't, I haven't touched it yet. I haven't wrote a note down yet. I'm 25-0. I'm gonna be up late. I'm looking forward to doing it because I know I'm gonna learn something. There's gonna be some crazy stats and facts and people I probably never even forgot wore the number. So I'm looking forward to that, man, because that is gonna be crazy.
It's
This one was crazy.
it was, and it was really fun because there was a couple of names on this particular show here that I had forgotten about that were brought back up, and this whole series has brought back a bunch of nostalgia, man, from my childhood, and it's been great.
Yep. Next show, man. Hopefully, next show. We're gonna argue about that. I already know. Next show is gonna be crazy, man. Tell everybody, like, share, subscribe, comment, compliment, do whatever you gotta do. Our next show is gonna be crazy. After we get done with this series, we got other stuff on the horizon. I haven't even told T this yet, but eventually, before baseball start and the draft comes, we're gonna do a town hall meeting show to where we just sit down and discuss uh, whatever likes and dislikes we got in all four major sports. We just
Okay.
bunch of things been going on as far as like tanking and uh, the salary cap proposal in baseball. This just a bunch of things that I really want your insight on. I want their insight on. We'll talk about baseball and betting baseball and the combine. Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles are killing it in the
Lord have
combine.
mercy.
Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles may not be human.
Um,
Let's just say that.
I currently have the combine on TV right now, and I think our next show right after this series is over is going to be discussing some of these rookies in the combine, some of the free agent stuff. So we'll jump into NFL because I know y'all looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We'll probably have something to do with March Madness. Talk about that also because that's coming up real fast.
College basketball has been amazing.
Yes, it is.
It,
Um,
it has
I've
been amazing.
I've always watched here and there, but I can honestly say 3 out of 7 nights a week, college basketball is on my TV.
And I ain't just saying it in men's, women's college basketball has been just as amazing. The women's SEC tournament is gonna be absolutely insane. That's all I'm gonna tell you. LSU, South Carolina, Texas, Vanderbilt, Tennessee. It's gonna be absolutely crazy. I'm a big women's basketball fan. Uh, it's gonna be crazy, man.
So, speaking of women's college basketball, you remember when Joe Burrow came out on at senior game and he spelled Burrow with the X at the back.
Hmm.
Did you see Flau'jae Johnson came out with her number 4 jersey with four spelled with the X?
Dope, dope shit,
Yeah.
dope shit. She's gonna go high in the WNBA draft too.
Oh yeah. And for those who don't know who Flau'jae Johnson is, her dad used to be a rapper.
Yep, his name was
Um,
Camouflage,
yep,
hence Flage.
yep.
Yep, it's a bunch of dope stuff going on, man. The Olympics just ended. Baseball is coming up. The draft, the combine, NBA playoffs. We haven't even really touched on NBA. Like we ain't even touched on it. College basketball, free agency in the NFL is coming up along with the draft. It's so much shit, man. Just we'll get to it. We may start making short reels throughout the week whenever we get a chance. Just to post on Facebook, YouTube. If it's something breaking news that's crazy. Uh, I think that's it, man. Before we get out, if you give a damn, the Cowboys franchise tag George Pickens today. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure
Oh,
that's some news coming up.
speaking of the way they franchised him, if he was to sign with someone else rather than them, they get 2 first round picks.
I don't know how they making these deals.
I don't think anybody who is going to be willing to give up 2 first round picks to come get him. So they probably got him for 1 more year
Yeah. Now I wonder what you gonna do on defense.
because you
Got
need
your
an
money
edge
tied up.
rusher, you need the edge rusher, and you need DB.
Yep. And linebackers. Because Logan, they gonna release Logan Wilson.
I mean,
Uh,
looking at the combine, there's some linebackers out there, but where's Dallas drafting?
they got 2 first round picks still, don't they?
Hey man, if one of them's late, Jacob Rodriguez out of Texas Tech, he looked good in the combine.
He may be one that they can get.
Yep.
But they definitely need to go defense. They need a corner. They need a whole secondary, and they need an edge.
Hmm.
So we'll see what Jerry Jones pull off. But
Well,
we
with
got
that being
part
said,
4.
you know what time it is, right?
What time is it?
Shoot 'em up, bang bang.
Oh yeah, it's time for us to go play Call of Duty. Man, y'all like, share, subscribe. 615 Parlay, Slayer, Magic's Bets. We on every outlet. TikTok, Facebook. Go run our numbers up. We got some dope shows coming up, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in. And you can take us out.
You know
We
what?
done.
I'm gonna take us out, but before I take us out, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate what you do for the show because I have a busy schedule and I don't have time to always post. And you make sure that all the clips and stuff get posted to my social medias. And my numbers are looking good. And I appreciate it. I probably could not do it without you. So I just wanted you to get your flowers while you here.
And teamwork make the dream work. Abe, I forgot. You know, we got some gamers. Resident Evil came out today. Abe been playing it all damn day.
You know, if Resident Evil was a multiplayer game where I could play with the fellas and just kicking and bullshit, I'd probably play it. But if it ain't a game that I can't socialize on and talk shit with you, I don't even want to
Yeah.
get. That being said, we out. We appreciate everything you do.
I am sore. Went to the gym.
Magic bets in the cut, got the game on lock. Flipping dimes, calling shots, every move non-stop. Silver fan, probably say playing.